Death toll from Jigawa flooding hits 30 as thousands displaced. NLC holds emergency management meeting over terrorism financing allegation. Ibno youth protest community oil spillage, demands immediate cleanup. And on a foreign scene, Sudan declares cholera epidemic after 22 deaths. Hello and welcome to News Updates on Trust Television. I am Lilian Ogazi. And now to the news. At least 30 people have been killed with 9,366 displaced people, while 7,379 hectares of land have been ravaged by floods across Jigawa State. Also, 4,699 houses have also been affected by the floods. Recall that NIMET predicted that Jigawa is among the states that would experience severe floods in 18 local government areas in the state. The Executive Secretary of the Jigawa State Emergency Management Agency, Haruna Mariga, says that the state government is assisting those affected with food and medication, which are being distributed to IDPs. Mariga said 2 children died, while others were infected with diarrhea at the Yanduna Primary School IDPs in Miga local government and Ayo local government. He said the local government emergency committees are working to assist the victims.
His Excellency has already directed that those people that were afflicted with this flood disaster, they should be considered first in the sharing of the palliative we are distributing. That is why we are going local government to local government. We'll see, just to see how IDPs are being cared for. That is why we are following local government by local government to see the IDPs, how have they been catered for. The complaints we receive from this one is that the people that are not even be inflicted with the havoc, they are coming to benefit from their share. And it is not even enough for them to share, while people that have not been afflicted with the disease or with the disaster, they are coming to take from it. What we advise the DAC now, that is the caretaker of the local government, is to bring raw foods to them here so that they will cook it here.
All right, now we have joining us via live a phone is Dr. Haruna Mariga, ES SEMA, Jigawa State, to give us an update. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Haruna. Hello, Dr. Haruna, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, thank you for joining us here on Trust Television.
Thank you very much.
All right, moving on now. What is the current condition of people, victims of the flooding and people in the IDPs? Can you give us an update?
Yes, alhamdulillah, people are getting treated. When I went for sightseeing in one of the local government, I found out that they have started going back home. They started going back to their homes. That is to say, the disaster is coming to maybe stand still. Very soon, everybody will go back to his house. What will be concerned now is to rehabilitate people back to their homes.
All right.
At the end of it, most of them lost their houses to the flood.
So, what kind of rehabilitation is being done to these people? Is there any form of compensation or, monetary assistance being given to these people that are going back to their homes?
So the compensation is we cannot call it compensation. It is just a relief package by the government. So they will give them building materials to be able to reactivate their houses.
All right. So what is being put in place to further mitigate this? Because we see that this keeps happening, year in, year out, a flood, and people keeps getting displaced and killed year in, year out. So moving forward, how can these, are there plans put in place to mitigate this, in the next raining season coming?
Yeah, there are plans. The state government has already engaged the Netherlands, some professionals from Netherlands, to look for a final solution to it. They are going to construct some dams to take away the water and water channels that can secure the environment for a near future.
Oh, so is this going to be done between now and the next rainy season, or these are just, looking forward, or their plans have already begun?
No, by God's grace, next year they are going to start everything together.
Before the rainy season next year?
Before the rainy season, yeah. They will start work.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Haruna.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now moving away from that, some leaders of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, including the President of Congress, Joe Ajaero, are holding an emergency National Executive Council meeting at the NLC headquarters in Abuja. The meeting comes following the summoning of Ajaero by the Nigerian Police Force over allegations of terrorism financing, treasonable felony, and cybercrime. The summon had ordered the NLC president to present himself for questioning by 10 a.m. on Tuesday. The police invitation was contained in a letter dated 19th August 2024 and signed by ACP Adamu Moza on behalf of the Deputy Commissioner of Police Intelligence Response Team. The police also warned that a warrant of arrest would be issued if Ajaero failed to comply. Youths in Ibno communities of Akwa Ibom State have taken to the streets to protest the recent oil spillage in the area, demanding an immediate cleanup and intervention from the International Oil Company IOC, government and international bodies. The protesters, led by the paramount ruler of Ibno, Efyong Achenga, and youth leaders expressed dissatisfaction with the IOC's negligence towards the host communities, citing the devastating impact of the oil spillage on their livelihood. On Tuesday, the protesters carried placards and banners chanting slogans such as "Clean up our environment now" and "We demand justice for Ibno communities." No fewer than 27 coastal communities in the state were affected by a fresh oil spill, allegedly by Mobil Producing Nigerian Limited offshore facility. The spill occurred in the early hours of last Thursday. The protesting youth say they were tired of the IOC's lack of concern for their well-being, noting that the oil spillage had destroyed their farmlands, rivers and forests, leaving them without a source of income or food. They demanded immediate action from the IOC, government and international bodies to address the environmental disaster. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria has raised concern over the shortage of premium motor spirits, also known as petrol, affecting its members across the country amidst widespread scarcity. The umbrella body, which boasts over 3,000 members and controls a significant share of Nigeria's filling stations, also accused the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited of failing to supply adequate products to its members. The chairman of IPMAN, Oredepo Shina Amo, claimed that the NNPCL, as the sole importer of petroleum products, has not provided sufficient supplies to IPMAN for the past 3 years, leading to a dire situation for its members. The NNPCL had, through its chief corporate communications officer, Olufemi Sonaye, stated that the oil firm was working to tackle the fuel supply challenges, stressing that the queues should clear by midweek. However, Amo, who highlighted the bureaucratic delays faced by IPMAN members when dealing with NNPCL, said previously after payment it took a week to load products, but now the process drags for 3 to 5 months. He expressed frustration over the current distribution pattern, accusing NNPCL of sidelining IPMAN in favor of other groups such as DAPMAN and MIMAN. The Jigawa State Emergency Management Agency has commenced distribution of the federal government's palliative across the 27 local government areas of the state. Trustee Ali Rabiu Ali, who witnessed the exercise, filed in this report.
The distribution aims to support those identified as living in extreme poverty or victims of flood across the state. The Executive Secretary Gisema Haruna Meriga stated this during the distribution held at Andaza Store in Kiawa local government area. Meriga said Gisema is in collaboration with security agencies, including the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences ICPC, facilitates the distribution process with a view to ensuring a judicious exercise. He said the agency will distribute thousands of bags of maize, sorghum, rice, and millets to different groups, including religious, across the 27 local government areas of the state.
The beneficiaries of this product is local government, particularly since we are in a terrible condition. We are in a condition of flood now. We advise them to maybe shift to areas of desperate need. Desperation now is in the demand, but the items are vulnerable. There is no any vulnerability more than leaving your house, water chasing you from your house to a destination you don't know.
Mairiga urged local government representatives to judiciously distribute the palliative to households that mostly need the items, including victims of flood. The special advisor to Jigawa State Governor on security matters, Usman Muhammad, who also witnessed the exercise, said the distribution is in order. He called on the people to be patient with the government as it works towards supporting the people through different interventions.
The way it was planned and it's been executed perfectly. So I think we are very happy, and the governor will be very happy to hear that everything is going perfectly. You can see as they are distributed to various local government areas with escorts following them. So I think the distribution system is going smoothly. For now, there are no problems at all.
The representative of Kiawa local government who received the palliative on behalf of the local government area, while thanking the state and federal governments for the items, assured that they will distribute the palliative to victims of flood and other vulnerable groups identified by the state government.
Distributed to those affected by floods as issued by the Jigawa State Government under SEMA State Emergency Management Agency.
On his part, the State Secretary of Jama'atu Nasrul Islam, JNI, Muhammad Ahmad Babangida, who represented Imams, said he received millet, maize, sorghum, and rice for the members of ulamas in the state. He commended the efforts of government for the gesture.
I'm just here to collect the palliative given to the Muslim Ummah to the Jigawa State Emergency Relief SEMA, which is provided to the federal government of Nigeria.
The representatives of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Penast P. Gideon, appreciated the gesture and pledged judicious distribution to those in need.
I'm delighted on behalf of the Christian body in Jigawa for the palliative given to us by the federal government. We are really grateful, and this will go a long way to help those that are in need, and more especially in this time like this, that people are more suffering because of the height of the price of community energy and also around. We are really grateful.
Recall that the federal government distributed 28 tons of sorghum, 19.8 tons of maize, and 8.1 tons of millet to the 36 states of Nigeria to distribute them to vulnerable households with a view to cushioning the hardship in the country. It has been Ali Rabiu Ali, Trust TV News from Jigawa.
Now moving on, the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner for Ogun State, Ni Ijalaye, is dead. The Ogun Rex slumped and died in Abuja on Monday evening after a meeting of Rex at the Commission's headquarters. The cause of his death is yet unknown. A source who spoke on condition of anonymity revealed that the former President's Electoral Commissioner had returned to his hotel room after the meeting before the incident happened. It was further disclosed that the Ondo-born administrator, who was lively throughout the Commission's meeting, retired to a hotel in the Federal Capital Territory before his death. The meeting, according to the remarks of the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, which was posted on the verified timeline of the Commission on Facebook, focused on 2 off-cycle governorship elections in Edo and Ondo states and 7 vacant positions in the National and State Assemblies. This is news updates coming to you from Trust Television. Coming up, we'll be looking at how the price of tomatoes dropped further as wet season harvest begins. This and more when we return. Do stay. You are welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update come to you from Trust TV. Let us take a look at our headline stories again. Death toll from Jigawa flooding hits 30 as thousands displaced. NLC holds emergency meeting over terrorism financing allegations. Now moving on, the governor of Borno State, Babangana Zulum, has donated 209.8 million naira to 170 primary healthcare centers across 27 local government areas of Borno State. Governor Zulum made the presentation during a stakeholders meeting on Basic Healthcare Provision Fund in Maiduguri. The governor charged the leadership of the Primary Healthcare Development Agency and the Borno State Contributory Healthcare Management Agency to be diligent in providing quality service to the people of Borno. He emphasized on the need for transparency and oversight to ensure that the funds are properly managed for the benefit of Borno State. The governor, while directing local government chairmen to take charge of health facilities in their domains, also announced plans to rehabilitate primary healthcare centers across the state for more effective and efficient health service delivery.
This is a testament to our determination to improve the healthcare system in Borno State.
Watchman and primary care development agency should declare the amount to local government chairman in written for transparency and accountability. And that under those circumstances, funds that were channeled to facilities shall be diverted to any organization.
Now moving on, the prices of tomatoes have reportedly crashed further following the commencement of harvest from the wet season farming. In the wake of the price fall, experts are calling on the government to introduce technology in tomatoes production that will ensure smooth production of the fruit throughout the year to avoid scarcity at any time. Trust TV's Bello Musa has more.
In Kaduna State, the price of baskets of tomatoes has reduced at the popular tomato market at Bakindogo in the Kaduna metropolis.
We thank God that the price of tomato has dropped, but we are also praying for food price to come down as well. Now, we buy baskets from 15 to 40,000 naira, depending on the types.
When the price was high, there was low patronage, as many couldn't afford it. Tomato is seasonal. This present species is normally produced during rainy season. It is normally found in the Zaria axis. According to an agric expert, Dr. Omotosho Abiodun of the Department of Agric Technology, Kaduna Polytechnic, deploying of technology in tomato production will address the challenges of scarcity at any time of the year.
You can have the structure, what we call the greenhouse. The greenhouse will be able to limit several things. They limit the amount of water that the crop will receive.